So I'm Gary Kelly with Castinetti Realty Group, and I am joined by the always engaging Siobhan Costello Weber.
Hi, everyone. Thank you
I
for having me,
apologize
Gary.
because I think for the last time we did this, I kept calling you Siobhan Weber Costello. Um, I
They're all in there. Meh. I don't get hung up on stuff like that.
so I was having breakfast with my son yesterday,
Nice.
and I was describing to him that I am working on becoming a broker in real estate.
Love it.
And I have to admit, for years, the mature attorneys have called me a broker anyway. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to get into correcting them. It's not worth it. Um, but I was trying to explain to my son in the context of real estate what a broker was, and I
Hmm.
flubbed the answer fabulously. Okay, so
Okay.
since you are a broker, how would you
Yes.
describe what it means to be a broker?
There are a lot of nuances, but basically what it comes down to is the ability to hold other people's money, really. A lot of the difference between a broker and a salesperson is being a signatory on an escrow account, being able to write checks out of escrow. Because as we've talked about on previous episodes, what people may or may not understand when they write checks to an escrow account for a real estate transaction is exactly where that money goes. And so our brokerage as an escrow agent holds deposit money on behalf of clients. And that's a huge, not only liability, but responsibility. And so the requirement is that the broker or anyone who's a signatory on behalf of the company has to be a broker because they've gone through that specialized training on how to handle funds appropriately and things of that nature.
I said to my son, I don't get to touch money. And he looked at me and he says, well, yeah, because he bought a house and monies go to attorneys and stuff like that. And I was never concerned, but it didn't occur to him that I would ever get involved with the money aspect at
Right.
all.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things that is a very, sort of tangible output of the fact that if you, Gary, have a buyer, that buyer is working with you as their salesperson, but they're not really your client. They're the client of the designated broker. And it really comes down to that relationship of whoever is the designated broker for an organization is really responsible for all of the clients and all of the money and all of the liability that is associated with that. So as you can imagine, needs some specialized training, and you need to have at least 3 years of real estate experience, full-time real estate experience.
And so all the money, you must be sitting on a pile of money at any point in time.
It's not a, no, I'm not, I'm personally not. The brokerage is sitting on a very hefty amount of money, and it's a big responsibility that we take super seriously.
No, I tease you about that, but would not want to have someone trying to break into the office to get to the escrow fund since
It's
the
all in the bank.
office has no money in it.
Yep. Nope. Lots of donations at any given time, but no money.
Right. So, one of the other things has to do with paying people.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't legally pay anybody.
Correct. Yeah, it's money in and money out. So really anything to do with financial transactions, to do with brokerage or client money, go through the broker officially. So if another agent has a buyer and they're not in our brokerage and we have the listing, only the broker can write out of, technically you would transfer the escrow into a payment account and then you would make payment out of that payment account. And then of course keeping the record keeping that goes with that and the privacy protection that goes with all of that is a requirement on the broker as well.
All right. So, do you like being a broker?
I love it. It's been a nice sort of opportunity to further my education, and we've done reciprocity with a few other states. As you know, we're working through another one right now, and it's fun to be able to help the team grow into other geographical areas, and it's taught me quite a bit also.
Great. Well, Siobhan, thank you for coming on today and talking about what it means to be a broker.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me.